Hello, my friends. This is Unit 3, your overview. We're moving right along. There are only 4 units and 2 summatives, so you guys are really progressing through the course quickly. This unit broadcast is coming up a bit later for some of you. I can already see there are people working way ahead that are almost done Unit 3, and I haven't even told you how to do it. Fantastic! Keep up the great work. I love when people work ahead of schedule. It makes me think that you guys might actually finish the course way earlier than other people, which will give you the chance to focus on your other courses or the rest of your lives if you're just finishing up high school with this credit. Either way, let's jump into Unit 3 and talk about probably the most important unit. Maybe not right now to you, but the skills that you get out of this unit will help you when you're looking for a job. I'll tell you, when I finished college, I was in Ottawa. I was at Algonquin College. Did computer engineering there, and it was right in 2001 when the computer market crashed. There were no jobs left in Ottawa, but I was a snowboarder, so I thought, you know what, I'm going to move out to Vancouver and I'll look for a job there. Found a job after a huge amount of searching. It was an uncomfortable thing. I probably sent out about 300 resumes and ended up with a job that was way below what I would have expected to be earning at that time, because I didn't have a lot of these skills. So anyway, I lasted 6 weeks in that job. Then I was like, I'm done with this. I'm moving to Whistler, and became a ski bum until I ran out of money, and then decided to go back to university and go into geomatics, which is what I ended up finishing in as well. At Carleton, worked in that for a while, moved to Toronto for Teachers College, and I was like, you know what, this is what I like to do. The cubicle lifestyle wasn't for me, so now I'm a teacher, and this is where I am for now. You never know. Life can have lots of changes. Anyway, Unit 3, we are talking about how to use print sources, electronic sources, and most importantly, human resources to figure out how to enter either a specific workplace or a workforce in the field that you'd like to work in. I used to focus way too much on print sources and online sources when it came to finding a job. It's all about that human connection, going way above and beyond other people and maintaining a network of people that can tell you about jobs in the field. So that's going to be my main focus when I'm looking at your the things that you produce in this unit. I want to see how you're using your human connections, or how you're creating human connections to move through the workforce. So let's take a look at the individual assignments. Jumping into the shortcut here, we can look into activity 1, which is where we get to focus on the future. Just talking about it, you've focused on yourself in the past. Now we're focusing on preparing for specific career opportunities. So how we're going to get these career opportunities. Remember, don't skip that content. I can always tell when I'm reading. I'm like, that came off the top of their head. They didn't actually look at the material online. Check out that content, and then jump into the assignment. So this one's a pretty quick one to throw into the Dropbox interest list. So create a list of your top 10 interests, throw it in the Dropbox. Try and think a little deeply. So if you're going to put in Call of Duty, that's an interest, but I don't know if that's going to help you get a job, unless, of course, you're a computer designer or a computer programmer, things like that. But if you can think of an interest that will shock your listener, then that's probably how you want to do it. So one for me is in education. I love working with students with exceptionalities, and every teacher says that. But the difference with me is I have 2 exceptionalities. I have dyslexia, I have attention deficit disorder. So when I use that as one of my interview questions, I use that to say, well, you know what, I understand where a lot of students with exceptionalities are coming from, and I know what worked for me, so I can support students with exceptionalities a little better than others. That's one way of taking a weakness or a special interest and explaining in a real in-depth way how you can use that on the job. I'm going to start talking about assignment 2, but before I do, I'm just going to remind you, please watch this this video each time you go to do a new assignment. So right now, if you're working on assignment 1, pause this video, do assignment 1, and then restart it and go into assignment 2. There's no point watching the whole thing the first time, unless you have time to kill. Yeah, watch it before each assignment, so you're making sure you're hitting all the points that we're looking for in the evaluation. Moving on to activity 2. Alright, so this is where in activity 2 you sort and classify career opportunities. Read through the content, then jump into the assignment, and look at your school subject and occupation match. So, for example, if you really like English, for example, you might want a communication job or a job where you get to write or speak. If you really like math, you might want a logical kind of career where you do statistical analyses, things like that. Be careful that if you're judging a subject based on the teacher, because sometimes it's great to base it on the teacher, because maybe you'll be working in that field with similar-minded, similar-thinking teachers. Sometimes if you base it on a teacher you don't like, you might be declassifying a subject or a workforce that you might actually like. So be careful with the teacher side. That's a tricky one. For example, I really didn't like my geography teacher in grade 10. I hope you're not watching this, Miss. I love geography. But I had a great grade 12 world issues teacher. He was awesome. And then in university I had a wicked geography prof. She blew my mind almost every day. So when it comes to teachers, be careful with that. For the second assignment, this is where you do a bunch of quizzes. I'm just going to check the link right now to make sure it's working. I know it drives me crazy when the links don't work. Perfect. So you can jump into a few of these quizzes, and then you get to write a 5-paragraph report. I'm not picky about spelling, but I would like to see it broken down in this way. So paragraph 1, paragraph 2, 3, 4, and 5. Please run spell check. Being dyslexic myself, as I mentioned earlier, spelling's an issue for me, so I don't do anything without spell check. That board behind me, the green one, I never write on it because I misspell things. That's my phone. I'll be right back. I'm back. That was an important one, so thanks for letting me take that call. We're jumping into activity 3 now. This is where you're evaluating different resources about career information. Because someone might say to you, "Oh, you're going to be an engineer," or "You're going to be a doctor." Sometimes fitting into positions, you need to really think about it. Like, for example, my guidance counselor when I was a student said to me, "What do you like to do?" "I love playing video games." Okay, what else do you want out of a career? "Well, I want to make a lot of money." So he was like, "Okay, go into computer engineering at Algonquin." Okay, so I did. As I said earlier, I hated it. Couldn't do it. I got through the school, and it was painful getting through the school because math wasn't really my thing, but I got through it. And got to the job, and I was like, I can't do this for the next 30, 40 years. So I left, and it was a ski bum. And anyway, when it comes to information resources, some work better for people than others. This you have to read about in the content area. So this is it breaks down all the types of resources that you'll have access to specifically at your school. It's up to you to write summary